It is edible. Nutritionally, you're getting vitamin A, B3, C, and folate, as well as the minerals calcium, iron, magnesium, foliage over here. I want to see what all of these plants are. This looks a little more lush. Everyone come over. We're looking at the honey locust tree. Tell me if this isn't the most delicious vegetable you've ever eaten. Tastes like lemonade. It's all over the ground here. Don't step on your lunch. See what that is. That's common nightshade. That'll kill you. Now, I want to see what the root tastes like. Who has some water handy? I'm the Wildman. I take people on field walks in the parks and we hunt for wild edible plants, herbs, greens, berries, nuts, seeds, roots, mushrooms, renewable resources that people have been using for food and home remedies for thousands of years. And we have a lot of fun. I want to see what's over here. I see plants. There's got to be some interesting things. Central Park is a great park. It's where I did my first foraging tour. I start each year in Central Park and end my season in Central Park. Okay, careful crossing the street. You've all signed the consent form. I was arrested and handcuffed by undercover park rangers for eating a dandelion in 1986. I got so much publicity that the Parks Department had to turn over a new leaf. They dropped the charges and hired me to lead the same tours I was leading, but they were paying me. One more ripe crab apple here. Why don't you tell us what it tastes like? And I worked with them from 86 to 90 and have been doing this freelance ever since. Sour applesauce, tamarind flavor.
That's too much head.
Here's some larger burdock. I tell people to keep away from the hot dog stands and eat the natural, healthy foods that I point out. No one has ever gotten sick in 30 years, thousands of tours. It's a detoxifier. It's good for the blood and for the kidneys.
What about the worm? Is it good?
Well, you know the old song, the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. They eat your guts and they spit them out. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. They turn you into sauerkraut. If you are tough and big, you become a warrior. What if you're not tough and big, but what if you're a geek? What if you're a geek thousands of years ago? Nice find, oyster mushrooms. Smells like seafood. Smell. Well, if you're a really smart geek, you become the shaman.
The what?
The shaman. You're an expert in botany, in medicine, and in spirits, because people used to believe that all the plants had spirits and they were good spirits or bad spirits, depending on whether the plants were good for humans or bad for humans. You want flat seeds that'll be lying on the ground. No, that's a poisonous jet bead. You take a tiny bit of a leaf and you put it into hot water and make a tea, and then you take a sip. Now, these are the smartest people. What did they do after they took a sip? Spit it out. Okay, someone found a honey mushroom, which means there could be more. And then they would sit and meditate to contact the spirits. They are really good. They attack trees. Someone should look over there. Spread out. Don't look where someone else is looking. Personally, I don't believe that plant spirits exist. Other people do. But whether they exist or not, if you're sitting there meditating, trying to think of what feelings this plant gives, is your tongue tingling? Is your heart beating faster? Did the headache you just had go away? Okay, you got more honey mushrooms? Let me... Yes, these are honeys. Okay, who remembers the characteristics? Eventually you would chew on a leaf and spit it out, and with maximum safety you'd be able to determine the qualities of the plants. Yeah, saute them for 20 minutes and they are wonderful. Are there more up there? And because these were non-literate societies, you couldn't write it down. You would teach your apprentices and they would memorize the stories word for word, so that over many generations, a plant that was known thousands of years ago to be poisonous would not suddenly be turned into something edible. That's not sassafras. Doesn't have the 3 kinds of leaves. Yes. Honey mushrooms up this way.
Mushrooms!
Yeah, the honey mushrooms go from tree to tree and kill the trees. They're very dangerous if you're a tree. And this is field garlic. Use this like onions. Try this. Take a bite. Yeah, there's honey mushrooms all over in here. These are going to be my dinner. You won't believe how delicious these are until you've cooked them. They are really, really good. Yes, with honey colored on top, little stubble, white gills running down the stem, and you don't want the dirt in your bag. Yeah, they're all honeys, and they're all choice gourmet mushrooms. You can't get better than these. Looks like there's plenty in here for everyone. Watch where you're walking. Definitely mushroom heaven here. Now, these can have bad effects on the brain. If you find all of these and you're by yourself and you can't pick them all, it drives you totally insane. That's all, folks. Thank you very much.